All right, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we'd like to welcome you to the show. This is your host of the evening, DJ Just Jay, with Just Dimes ENT. What I want to talk about today is a gentleman that is on my screen to the right-hand side right here. And what we want to discuss with him is basically what is a lot of you guys should know if you guys watch Tommy's show, if you guys watch TV, if you guys are familiar with Aretha Franklin, if you guys are familiar with any of this stuff. That gentleman's name is the Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. Okay, so the reason why we're going to talk about this is because not only because it's controversial, it comes up again. It's probably going to continue to come up because I personally enjoyed the heck out of what he said. And shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. He called this out, I believe, if not yesterday, definitely the day before yesterday. Within a short amount of time, there was something that he called out. And I'm going to tell you guys this, and I'm going to look into the camera. I'm going to make sure that this is the first thing that I say. The person that started this movement to show that fatherless homes is an important thing to discuss and it is not a positive thing for the black community. The first and only person that came out talking about this is Tommy Sotomayor. The only person, period. Want to throw that out there. So there's our preface. No need to preface any further. Let's go ahead and go. Aretha Franklin's family has condemned comments made during the singer's eulogy last week as, quote, offensive and distasteful. The Queen of Soul died August 16th at the age of 76 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. The Reverend Jasper Williams Jr., the gentleman on my screen, senior pastor of Salem Baptist Church, delivered Franklin's eulogy at her funeral at Detroit's Greater Grace Temple on Friday. Now, family, friends, musicians, and religious and political leaders attended the, quote, celebration of life service, which was also live streamed with portions broadcast by major networks. In his eulogy, Williams spoke on the state of the Black America, saying it had lost its soul and that Franklin was calling on her race to turn its direction around. Williams referenced on black crime and killings in particular. I see Rick Roosters in the chat. How many times have I taken stories out of Chicago and I've talked about this very thing that he talked about also, which also piggybacks on my brother Tommy Sotomayor's major point that he's been making for years, and he's been getting slammed brutally for years over speaking this exact same thing. The fact that you have fatherless households, men have no direction, and men do not value other men in the black community, which is the reason why you have such a high crime rate in those cities that are primarily ran by women of our skin hue, otherwise known as our queens. Right? Let's keep going. If you choose to ask me today, do Black Lives matter? Let me answer like this. No, Black lives do not matter. Black lives will not matter. Black lives ought not matter. Black lives should not matter. Black lives must not matter until black people start respecting black lives and stop killing ourselves. Black lives can never matter. Everybody, I think, understands that. There is no reason for me to repeat what I said. I've said this dozens of times on the show. I'm going to continue to keep stressing this. We, as black men, are our own worst enemy. This is not a problem really for women. This is really targeted just for us brothers. We are targeting each other. We are the ones taking each other out in the streets. We are the ones that the police and the coroners are coming and scraping up off the ground every single day in cities like Chicago that have very high crime rates, with very low rates of fathers in the households, with very high rates of women having children outside of wedlock. Okay? Now, people might be wondering, I'm going to preface this before I continue to read, but I will say this. People might be wondering, why did this pastor come out and use the time that he had to speak on Aretha Franklin's funeral at this point in time? And I love what my brother Tommy said, and I don't think much more needs to be said about it, but I do want to make sure that this platform gets an opportunity to hear it, because I know we have a few different people here that might not have seen that show. So I will say this. The reason why was because it was being streamed anywhere and everywhere. Everybody heard it, or at least had an opportunity to hear it for the most part. So he was on the largest platform that he could possibly get, more than likely, probably in his entire life. He'll probably never get another opportunity like that, right? So when it comes to being a pastor, one thing that I know about the church is what the church should be doing, and what the church has always been good at doing, is speaking on the differences between right and wrong, and using your opportunities to speak on the things that you feel like are right or wrong, regardless of how other people feel and if it hurts someone's feelings. You talk about just doing the right thing. We are not going in the right direction. He realizes that, and what better platform to use than the black church, which has a very high rate of a black audience that is consistent of black women. Why not use that platform to talk to the people that primarily pack your churches out every single Sunday, that primarily are contributing to this very same thing that is causing us harm in our community? Hopefully everybody understands what I said. Mostly black women are in the churches. You are in the church. You are a pastor. It is your right to speak to your congregation. And at this moment, the entire world was his congregation. He had every right to speak on what he said. And there was no better time to say it, because the time is now. Because if he lets that day go, another day, another minute, another second, another life is lost in the street. How many people can agree with what I just said? For every moment, for every second that someone doesn't step up and say something and speak against black men killing other black men, for every second that we don't, there's another black man that's going to end up down on the ground. There's another crowd of people getting sprayed by bullets. There's another group of idiots plotting retaliation. There is no time like the present time. They say that you might not know what your next breath is going to be. When's the next time that you're going to wake up? Then why not spend that time? Why not spend the time that you know that you have, which is right here, right now? Say something right here, right now. No other time. Don't know if I'm going to be alive tomorrow. Say it now. Are we getting a little preachy up in this thing today? I'm not a preacher. I'm more or less a teacher. I'm not a preacher, but I am a teacher. I have done some counseling. And one thing that I can tell you is that the hardest thing to do is to try to reason with people that have never been taught how to reason. You know that these black women are not going to be receptive because they've never had to be receptive to anything most of their entire lives. And now we're looking at like going on third generation of women that have no accountability, that have never been told right from wrong, that have never been told anything that they do. Like everything that they do is respectable. You are a black queen no matter what. They've been always told this from the moment that they come out of the womb. Now you guys want to question me whether I'm right or wrong about that? Look at the videos that are on Facebook. Look at the videos of the little girls that are at these birthday parties, celebrating birthdays, and they're dancing on chairs with their tails out, and people are sprinkling money and change on them and little dollars and stuff like that. They think it's cute. They're taking videos of little boys doing for the pussy challenge and little girls doing for the dick challenge as little kids that aren't even developed enough to go to school. They're mentally aren't developed. They can't speak worth a damn. I can't speak for worth a damn. You know why? Because I didn't practice it. It takes practice, and it starts at home. Okay? I think that the reason why the majority of people might be able to understand most of what I'm saying verbally is just because my parents did at least make an effort. So I can actually revert to some of my original training as opposed to my street life. Right? So I have the ability to try to fix myself and deprogram myself from the BS that I grew up and learned and thought was cool, to be able to talk like a damn street thug, right? But you see these little boys, and they're walking around, whether they're real guns or fake guns, they're walking around with money. They're walking around with their pants sagging. They're walking around with these tight pants like they see all of these rappers do and stuff like that. They singing the music, they getting the haircuts, they getting the hair braided, they getting the clothes, the shoes, the this, the that. They are basically getting the thug outfit and the thug training from the moment they are born. These black girls are getting the thought training from the moment they come out of the womb, literally. The reason why it's important is because the second that they get out of church, there's a good chance that they're probably going to end up having sex. I know that sounds crazy. They're going to end up having sex with some strange thug dude. Probably just got out of jail, ain't got no place to live, probably got him living at the house, smoking up your weed, eating up all your food, eating up all your food stamps and all of this kind of stuff, using up your resources, and you're going to turn around and go get pregnant by this dude. Why? Because you say, he loves me. He loves you, right? So for him to use his platform, knowing that these people are coming in from Saturday, smoked out, drunk, and all of it, and probably done got screwed out of their underwear the night before, are coming in church and praising the Lord, and they this and that, Lordy, Lordy, and all that, right? Uh-oh. Am I hitting somebody with the truth up in this thing? Uh-oh. But I'm being dead serious. He knows that that's what they're coming into. I can almost guarantee you, for the sisters that walk in with weave that has been in their head for a month, 2 months, or however long it's been in their head, come in smelling like the night before. So you know it based on their hygiene. That's sad. For me to know what you were doing the night before, the day before, the week before, based on your scent. That's got to be terrible. Okay? So what better time than to say something to the people that are perpetuating the negative, stereotypical, and statistical information that is out there about us as a people. You don't like it for us to talk about it, but you give us something to talk about. So why not eliminate that thing, which is the mindset? Eliminate the mindset of thinking it's okay, thinking that you can do whatever you want to do and nobody's going to judge you. Only God can judge you. No, we judge. If we are Christians, which means little Christ, Christ-like, if we are to be like Christ, and if Christ judges us, then we judge each other to hold each other accountable. This is the way that the church is supposed to work. It is now working in reverse. And no one is holding anybody accountable. And the second that they do, what do? We put this man out as the bad guy. Now, what is it that Reverend Jasper did that was so wrong? What was it that he said that was actually incorrect statistically? What did he say that was factually inaccurate? Anybody in the chat can say it. Anybody in the comment section after the video has the ability to post their thoughts based on what you think Pastor or Reverend Jasper said that was incorrect factually. Because I'm going to show you the video, some snippets, and I'm going to let you hear the condensed version of what he said to get you guys to understand that all he did was put out facts. And he said this is doing us a disservice as black people. And if people can't realize that and understand that, you know what, this is causing us harm, then you know what, screw black lives, because I guess they don't matter. Okay? Now, let's keep going. Commenting on solo parenting, he said, a black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man. How many times have you guys heard me say that here live? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a thumbs up on the video if you guys have heard me say that before. women can't raise men. Men only find value in themselves as men, and they learn it from other men. Let's keep going. Right in your own neighborhoods where your church is, there are struggling single moms that don't know what to do. That needs a man in the house. Through mentoring programs and parenting our children, we can turn back Black America around, he said. The Queen of Soul has spoken now. Time now for Black America to come back home. Now, Aretha Franklin, as Tommy has already said, and a lot of other news outlets have already reported, Franklin had 4 sons, the first of whom was born when she was 12 years old. Now, I did not know that part. Now, here's the negative agenda that they spoke on. Reverend Jasper Williams spent more than 50 minutes speaking, and at no time did he properly eulogize her. Aretha Franklin, Franklin's nephew, Von Franklin, said in a statement issued on behalf of the family Monday. Keep in mind, the portion that I'm reading now is the negative agenda of what they're trying to say was actually negative. We feel that Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. used his platform to push his negative agenda, which as a family we do not agree with, Von Franklin said. He said Williams has been asked to speak because he had eulogized Aretha Franklin's father as well as her brother and sister. My aunt did not ask Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. to eulogize her before she passed away because dying is a topic that she never discussed with anyone, Franklin said. However, there were several people that my aunt admired that would have been outstanding individuals to deliver her eulogy, including Dr. William J. Barber, Reverend Al Sharpton, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, Reverend James Holly, and Pastor E. L. Branch. Now, William addressed critics. Now, addressing criticism of his eulogy at the news conference given before Franklin's family released its statement, Williams stood by his words, rightfully so, my brother, yes, saying Aretha Franklin had chosen and trusted him to speak and that he wanted her life to continue beyond the funeral. Williams said he did not mean that single mothers were unstable to raise their children. I'm talking about that many single women struggling to raise their children in the Black community, there is no mentoring for the children. That when a boy is there, for example, and 70+% of our households are headed by our precious women, and as precious and beautiful and proud as they are, cannot teach a boy how to be a man, is what he said. Now, I love that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pause real quick. I'm going to show you guys the video. Let me give you the fair use, and I'm going to go ahead and let you hear what the news have to say, and I'm going to let you hear from Jasper himself. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Let me go ahead and get that off the screen. Let me get this first video going for you guys. And again, this one is the first one from the news, and then the next one is going to be him edited by himself.
Black lives must not matter. Black lives must not matter. Black lives must not matter until black people start respecting black lives and stop killing ourselves. Black lives can never matter.
Aretha Franklin's family calling Reverend Jasper Williams Jr.'s eulogy at her funeral, quote, offensive and distasteful.
The controversial 50-minute eulogy was meant to pay tribute to the Queen of Soul's life and legacy, but Williams instead used his platform to criticize Black Americans.
One of his most contentious claims came when he spoke about single mothers. Watch this.
One thing a black woman cannot do, a black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man.
Franklin's fans and family are upset over the comments because the singer was a single mother to 4 boys.
Yeah, the Reverend even went on as far as calling household without a father a, quote, abortion after birth.
On Monday, Franklin's nephew Vaughn said in a statement obtained by the Detroit Free Press that, quote, Reverend Jasper Williams spent more than 50 minutes speaking and at no time did he properly eulogize her.
He also said that his aunt did not ask Williams to eulogize her before she passed away because dying was a topic that she never discussed with anyone.
The statement concluded with Vaughn saying, quote, we feel that Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. used this platform to push his negative agenda, which as a family we do not agree with.
According to the Associated Press, the family had not spoken to Williams before the funeral about what he would discuss, and his words caught the entire family off guard.
And as for comment, Williams told the AP, I understand it, I regret it, but I'm sorry they feel that way.
All right, now, what I want you guys to do is what we're going to do is we're going to now break down specifically what he said. This is in condensed form. This is not the full form because the video is just way too long and we are not going to spend, a whole lot of time with this. So that's why I took the condensed form. Here we go. And just to let you guys know, I am going to be pausing the video. So if you guys don't like pauses, then you might want to just watch the replay or whatever. Just go watch it from the news, wherever. Here we go.
No one can deny that Black America, there is truly a need in our race. As I look back in retrospect, allow my mind to take a stroll back down memory's lane. There was a time when we as a race had a thriving economy.
Did I not talk about that? Prior to the 1960s, blacks were doing a lot better than we were where we are right now. We have more financial power in the black community now, but we were definitely a lot more together with making sure that we kept our resources and kept money flowing in the black community, changing black hands before the Great Society of 1964 FDR.
Yes, we were rewarded with integration. We got what we fought for, we got what we marched for, but with the birth of integration, there also came the loss of not only the black community's economy, but there also came the loss of the black man's soul. Where is your soul, black man? As I look in your house, there are no fathers in the home no more.
Is that a fact or is that a lie? I need you guys. Okay, we're going to go down the list for the next 5 minutes. We're going to go down the list and we're going to go line item for line item. Let's check it out. I want you guys to tell me every single lie that he told, and I'm going to tell you when he puts out a fact based on what we understand is a fact based on the statistics. Is that a lie or is that the truth? I need your votes in the chat. We got about 200 and something people watching. I need you guys to vote on that. Is that a lie or is that the truth?
Man, as I look in your house, there are no fathers in the home no more.
70 to 80% of children or black children are born outside of wedlock. There are no fathers in the home. Is that a fact or is that a lie? Let's keep going. Make sure you put your vote in the chat.
Where is your soul? 70% of our households are led by our precious, proud, fine black women.
Is that a fact or is that a lie? He said more than 70% of our homes are led by black women in the black community. Is that a lie or is that a fact? And make sure you just speak the truth based on what you understand. Let's keep going.
But as proud, beautiful, and fine as our black women are, one thing a black woman cannot do. A black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man.
Stop right there. Here we go. I'm going to show you guys how we do this. Okay? Now, how we're going to determine whether this is a fact or whether this is a lie is you have to look at the majority. Don't look at the one or two women you know. Don't look at your LeBron James. Don't look at your very rare instances where a black woman raised a black man. But what I want you guys to look at is your Tyshawn Lees. I want you guys to look at all of these little boys that didn't live to see. All of the stories that I've done for the little kids that didn't live to see. I want you guys to think about all of the more stories in Chicago that I still have to do, that I've already done, that we continue to keep spreading, that we know that they're scraping our black children off the ground. More than we are producing successes. There are more failures than there are successes, okay? So based on knowing that we are losing more than we are winning, is what he said a fact or is that a lie?
But as proud, beautiful, and fine as our black women are, one thing a black woman cannot do. A black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man.
Again, I'm going to point out for you guys a prime example is Chicago. You wonder why these young men, black men, only men, not women going out doing all of this stuff. It's only people that look similar to me. A lot of them got braids. Some are darker, some are lighter than me. Some are my skin tone. The reason why they can get into a car with their homies, with their hood, with their clique, with their set, with their gang, or whatever the hell it is, and can load up extended magazines, extended clips, sawed-offs, whatever it is that they have, semi-automatics, automatics, or all of this weaponry, all of these bullets, and they can go out and go just take a life and just shoot. They've got songs literally titled Shoot. Don't believe me? Look it up. Praising it, playing it in the club. You know why that's cool? Because they don't see value in men. Women aren't teaching boys value in manhood. You know why? Because women benefit from men not knowing their own value. Because if I know the value of what I have, give you a case and example, like the people in Africa, the reason why they are so easily giving up their resources, their oil, their diamonds, their precious land and resources is because they don't see a value in what they have. And they give it up to anybody and everybody. And in turn, they lose. They die. They get wiped out. They get pushed to the edges of the earth. They get dumped in mass graves. Nobody cares. Because in order for people to care about you, you have to care about you. If I don't care about me, I don't want you guys to care about me. I can't expect for you guys to give a damn about me and what I do if I don't care about me. I can't expect you guys for y'all to support me if I'm not supporting me, if I'm not trying, if I'm not making an effort, if I'm not working from the ground up. So understand, for the people in Chicago and other places that have very high crime rates, like DC, like New Orleans, like what's going on in California and all of these other places, lots of other places I can name, even in Atlanta, all of these other places. The reason why it continues to happen is because when a man sees another man, he don't do this no more. You know what he do? This is what I do when I see another brother. This is what we do. Now, is that a fact or is that the truth? We don't do this no more. We ought to come out with a song like that. Black people don't do this no more. All we do is this. All we do is this. All we do is this. Black people don't do this no more. All we do is this. All we do is this. All we do is this. Right? Everybody understand where I'm coming from? Women can't do it because they haven't been doing it, because women are only seeing value in themselves, which is why they continue to push narratives and agendas that only benefit them and benefit no one else. when they are able to get food, when they're able to get clothing, when they're able to get free stuff, when they're able to get free dates, when they're able to get free money just from getting online and showing their body parts off and all of this kind of stuff, and men continue to keep throwing and funneling money and funneling resources and funneling laws into these people that don't give a damn about what happens to them. When women continue to keep throwing men in front of the child support court, when women continue to keep raking men over the coals in the court system when it comes to alimony and divorces, when a man is well off and a woman comes in and she brings absolutely nothing to the table, she comes in with $0, but she's beautiful and so-called supports this man that had it before you got there, had it while you're there, had it when you left. When women are asking for the marriage and also in turn asking for the divorce, she leaves and now she deserves half of everything he's ever worked and earned? Really? And we consider that fair. That's why men that have so much potential continue to keep failing, continue to give up, continue to lose hope because they're fighting a losing battle because it is an emotional, mental, and spiritual fight that we are losing because women are our heart and soul and they don't give a damn about us. Let's keep going.
Out, beautiful and fine as our black women are, one thing a black woman cannot do. A black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man. If you choose to ask me today, do black lives matter? Let me answer like this: no.
Be prepared, and I want you guys to tell me whether his answer is fact or whether it's true, or excuse me, whether it's a lie or whether this is true.
Let me answer like this.
He said, does black lives matter? Let me back it up just a hair.
To ask me today, do black lives matter? Let me answer like this: no, black lives do not matter. Black lives will not matter. Black lives ought not matter. Black lives should not matter. Black lives must not matter until black people start respecting black lives and stop killing ourselves. Black lives can never matter.
Based on what he just said, is that a fact or is that a lie? It's just like I told you guys before. If you don't see value in yourself, why should anybody else see value in you? If you talk about Black Lives Matter, shouldn't black lives, every single black life matter to black people? Not just only when a police officer takes a black life. Not only just because a person of another ethnicity or another race takes a black life. If all black lives matter, then all black lives should matter to black people first. That is very hypocritical for us to say that when you walk into my dirty house, I want you to make sure that you respect my dirty, unclean, unsafe house more than I respect and clean and take care of my own house. You can say it all day long and you can try to force that narrative, but it works better if people come in and they see that your house is taken care of, it is maintained, it is clean, it smells good, there's no carnage, there is no bugs, there is nothing going around your house, right? Everything is clean, everything has a place, everything has purpose inside of your house. It is much easier to tell someone, I want you to respect my house as if I were to respect your house when you come into my house based on how I treat it. That is the narrative that we need to push. That is what I wanted to say about this particular story. And I don't think it's much more that I want to say, but let's say this. I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background about Reverend Jasper, okay? If you guys don't mind. If you'll give me just a second to pull that up. I want to give you guys some quick facts about him real quick. And I'm not sure if I could show this video on the screen or not, But I thought it was really cool just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background on him, because I like what he said. It definitely fits with my brother Tommy Sotomayor's message, because of the fact that, you know, Tommy has been the only person that has publicly said this. I feel like a lot of people believe this, but nobody speaks on it. Nobody does. They're scared of the backlash, and rightfully so, because there's a lot of unjustified backlash based on the fact that we say that, hey, women should not be doing this by themselves. That's all we're saying. So stop trying to take all the power away from men that are actually pretty powerful beings if you allow them to come in and be able to take care of their children and do the right work. But at the same time, women have to understand that the divine power and gift that they have, and the divine power and gift that women have, that I wish that my sisters, and this goes beyond race, but understand where I'm coming from, because this affects more than just the black community. The innate power that women have is the power to choose. No man can do what a woman will not allow that man to do. So if the woman holds that kind of power, then women, you have to allow the men to come back home. Don't deal with a man unless you want that man in your child's life. Don't procreate with that man unless you have any and all intentions of being a full force family, because the children deserve that. Now, let's go ahead and go with this. There's really nothing more than just pictures, so I'm going to just read you guys what this says. So these are some quick facts about him, okay? Now, Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. was born in Memphis, Tennessee on July 22nd of 1943, okay? Now, he has known the family of Aretha Franklin nearly his entire life, which is another cool thing, okay? His uncle, Alton Roosevelt Williams, and C.L. Franklin, Aretha Franklin's father, were best friends. It's another important point. Williams preached his first sermon called The Living Waters. Get this, guys. That man on my screen right there preached his first sermon at age 7. Now, how impressive is that? Age 7, The Living Waters. He graduated from Morehouse College, which is a historically black college, HBC, okay, with a major in sociology and a minor in religion in 1972. And he's currently the pastor emeritus of Salem Bible Church in Atlanta. Now, in August of 2018, he delivered the eulogy at Aretha Franklin's funeral. And that is a good synopsis about him. I love that. And the reason why I brought that up and why I thought it was important to close with that, yes, a HBCU. Thank you very much. And the reason why I thought it was important to say that, who better? Somebody that close to the family, knew Aretha Franklin her whole life. I know people that were friends with people for 5 years. And can get up, and if that person passed away, can get up and tell you some amazing things about them. I could tell you guys this. If something were to happen to me, I know that my brother Kurt Dog can get in front of an audience for the few handful of years that me and him have been best friends, and he can tell you some amazing things about me and what I believe and what I stand for. So imagine somebody that has known Aretha Franklin almost his entire life, knew his father knew her father, and their families knew each other's families. You know each other's struggle, you know each other's secrets, you know each other's thoughts, you know so much about this person. And not only that, she grows in to be a freaking celebrity. Now the entire world knows her and knows a lot of what she does and a lot of what she goes through. What better person to say what he said, when he said, how he said, and spoke on something not only that affected the people in that room, but affects us as a community and can actually change the world. What better time than to take that platform and say, you know what, I'm going to make a judgment call here and I'm going to speak on this because this is what I feel like is right. And this is what the people need to hear right here, right now. Those are my 2 cents, and I want to thank you guys for coming through to the show. Guys, I have a lot more information and content coming, and I thank you guys for being so patient with me because I have a lot more stories coming up, and I think I counted about 5, so I've got maybe 4 more left. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to try to get them all done today, but I'm gonna do my best to try to get them done, okay?